Welcome to UNITAR CIFAL Jeju's International Capacity Building Workshop. The United Nations Institute of Training and Research has an affiliated network of international training centers for local actors known as International Training Centers for Authorities and Leaders, or CIFAL centers. There are 22 CIFAL centers around the world, which are hubs for capacity building and knowledge sharing between local and regional authorities, international organizations, the private sector, and civil society. Their goal is to contribute to implementing the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. To this end, CIFAL Jeju operates approximately 12 international capacity development training workshops every year in the areas of environmental sustainability, social inclusion, and economic development. A timely and up-to-date topic is chosen for each workshop, which is comprised of experts' lectures and group activities. Since its establishment 11 years ago, CIFAL Jeju has accumulated around 10,000 alumni. One of the flagship programs of the CIFAL Jeju workshops is what is called Cityshare. This video will introduce Cityshare's methodology to help participants build their capacity at the end of a workshop. Cityshare is a knowledge management tool developed by UNITAR. You can only learn how to make use of it at UNITAR workshops. In general, one's experience and information can be developed to become knowledge only when they are shared. Cityshare facilitates knowledge sharing and the management process and is particularly suited to cross-border cooperation. Cityshare offers a detailed matrix to address complex issues. By using Cityshare, participants can develop a more objective perspective based on group discussion and a better understanding of the issues at hand. In addition, Cityshare can serve as a collective intelligence tool to identify areas for improvement in a community or a city. Now, imagine that you are participating in an in-person workshop. Watch this video as if you are about to engage in a group exercise. Cityshare has a different matrix set depending on the topic or theme. A matrix can be understood as an index or a unit of evaluation. This video will introduce a Cityshare matrix set that can be adopted in the environmental field. By using a total of 10 areas, you can diagnose the current status of your city and match with a potential partner city. You can, of course, tweak the matrix to apply to other fields. Now, let's take a look at the video to learn how we can use Cityshare in the environmental field and apply it later in areas like social inclusion and economic development. It's not at all difficult, so just follow my lead. I will first introduce the 10 areas. They are Area 1, Human Resources and Skills Assets for Green City Planning or Sustainable Urban Development. Area 2, Political Will and Commitment by Local Leadership to Green City Planning or Sustainable Urban Development. Area 3, Awareness of national strategies and regional international agreements and initiatives for green city planning or sustainable urban development. Area 4, Data collection and feasibility studies on green city planning or sustainable urban development. Area 5, Local priorities and the planning process for green city planning or sustainable urban development. Area 6, a local policy framework for ensuring green city planning or sustainable urban development concepts as a basic service. Area 7, financial mechanisms for local green city planning or sustainable urban development, including public-private partnerships. Area 8, building a common awareness about green city planning or sustainable urban development. Area 9, implementing local, national, and international partnerships in the context of green city planning or sustainable urban development. And finally, Area 10, monitoring, evaluation, and learning to reform management for green city planning or sustainable urban development. As you have seen, the matrix covers a wide range of issues. Thus, the Cityshare methodology allows an integrated and comprehensive evaluation and is especially useful for a holistic analysis. If you're now familiar with the 10 areas of the matrix, let's move on to the first stage, self-assessment. What you'll need to do is to score your city for each area from 1 to 4, with 1 being basic and 4 being advanced. Here are 3 participants who are about to share their city's issues using Cityshare. This is Daechen from Thimphu, Bhutan. He is working in Green City. Daechen, could you please complete the self-assessment for your city?
Thimphu, where I'm from, is located on a hill of Mount Himalaya at the altitude of 2,400 meters. Thimphu has been turning towards a clean and green city through lots of campaigning and awareness-raising activities on waste management and gardening. The plantations in and around the city and the development of bicycle tracks in the city area have been managed well so far, thanks to a strong political will and national strategies for sustainable urban development. So I believe I can give 4 points for the area 2, 3, and 9. However, we can't be assured we have sufficient financing to support the pace of green development. To further our efforts, we may also need more skilled personnel and data-savvy experts. I think with more professionals, we will also be able to have better monitoring and evaluation. So for these, area 1, 4, and 10, I will give my city a score of 2, thinking they may need support from other cities or organizations.
The second participant is Than, a community management expert from Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Than, could you please complete your self-assessment like Daechen did?
Phnom Penh hosts 1.5 million people and has been transforming into a smart city. We have a Phnom Penh master plan, and with that we were able to put in place a solid waste management system and a green building standard, which will be completed by 2030. Under the Green City Development Plan, the government has also provided related policies and regulations, given the availability of both financial and human resources support from development partners. This improved local governance and engagement of all stakeholders. Therefore, I am confident that I can give my city 4 points for the areas of 1, 5, 6, and 7. On the other hand, Phnom Penh still lacks an information sharing campaign and education for the people in the community on the importance of green and smart transformation. The initiative has been pushed forward primarily top-down, so we need to build a common awareness and understanding from bottom-up as well. Although we do have some development partner institutions, the planning and implementation, I think, need to be better integrated for the continuation and stabilization of the master plan. These areas may improve when there is support from outside, so I will put 1 for the area 3, 8, and 9. Perhaps area 2 and 10 also need to be enhanced, so they will be given 2 points each.
The third participant is Chan. Chan is a public-private partnership expert from Quezon, Philippines. Chan, could you please complete your self-assessment like Daechen and Than did?
Quezon City, where I am from, is the most populous city in the Philippines. As a planned city, Quezon has a strong policy framework supported by local government. The city is an active supporter of sustainable urban development and climate change action. Therefore, for Area 2, political will, and Area 6, local policy framework, I can give each a score of 4. However, we still have many weak areas, such as the level of both national and citizen awareness and data management and engagement with partners in political implementation. This is why I can only give 1 point for the area 3, 4, 8, and 9. More investment in financing in urban infrastructure development and a better monitoring scheme should follow. I think I can find some areas Quezon might need partners for cooperation and support.
Thank you, Daechen, Than, and Chan. These 3 experts completed the first stage of the self-assessment. Let's have a look at how they evaluated their own cities. Putting them all together, we can analyze the combined results. With this river diagram, participants will be able to engage in a group exercise. The gaps are evident. Here, 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 and here. These are where the 3 cities can cooperate. We have identified where cooperation can be possible. As participants have finished their individual self-assessment, they are now going to engage in a group discussion. We call this stage Knowledge Asset. Let's continue to listen to what they are discussing.
So it seems like we have 4 possible areas for cooperation. I think it's better to narrow it down to 3 areas to make our discussion more focused. I'd say we choose Area 3, 7, and 9. Solutions to Area 8 can be implied from the discussion on the Area 3.
I think that is a good idea. Plus, for the Area 3, 7, and 9, at least one city has an advanced score. But for the Area 8, we only have one city at the level of 3. We may better focus on 3 areas where cooperation can be maximized.
Okay, then let's talk about the 3 areas, starting with Area 3. From what I heard, I think I can summarize challenges to raising the level of awareness of national strategies for sustainable development as one top-down or government-driven decision-making structure. We can write Bhutan's bicycle track development case down as an example of policy where political will to work with the community produced benefits that were actually felt by the people. Lastly, opportunities in this area can be that since each city has development partners, we can work with them to analyze the feasibility of local and national commitment to their own city planning for better implementation.
Thank you, Chan. I can help filling in for the Area 7. The challenges can be drawn from Dechen and Chan's cases of Bhutan and the Philippines. I think it can be difficult to find funding information or plan for financing when a government master plan is not thorough and detailed. For example, and I think this can be put under policy and best practices, you can lay out a big blueprint, which is the goal for your project, and then set up a timeline to achieve small targets. This may give investors confidence in the continuation of the project, which is an important factor for financing. An opportunity for financing can be that we all have a good understanding of what each city would envision itself to be. We only need to develop the understanding into a thorough financial management plan.
Thank you, Chan and Than. I will then complete the table by filling in for Area 9. Actually, I gave my city a 4-point for this because I was able to witness the improvement myself. The waste management system has been well implemented that the city has become greener. But challenges that we should be aware of can include a fragmented development plan and partnership. We do need to engage with one or more partners to continue the implementation of our plans. A best practice I think you can note is regular meetings with the community and having them included in the decision-making process. For the opportunity, I believe there are many other best practices and research articles available on the internet that we can refer to. It surely is always good to know what others have done and learn from them.
The participants have just discussed how they want to cooperate and support each other in the 3 areas they have chosen by identifying challenges, key points to know, policies, and best practices, and opportunities where to find out more information. The next step is what we call Knowledge Fair. Would you like to find out how they decided to work together to address the issues, seize the opportunity, and benefit from the best practices available?
Thimphu has high scores in Area 2, 3, and 9. For the Area 8, as we have some campaign experience, I think I can include this where I can offer my help. Where Thimphu needs support and lack the capacity is Area 7, so I will request for cooperation from a partner city.
The discussion I just had with others made it clear where I can support and where I can receive help. Based on the development experience of Phnom Penh, I believe I can offer support for Area 1, 5, 6, and 7. Let me see if the others have requested help in these areas. The areas where we need more information and cooperation are Area 3, 8, and 9. So there goes 3 request sticky notes on the board.
Let me see. So I have made a self-assessment of the city I am from. Then I had a group discussion and compared different cities on 3 areas. Okay, it's clear now. I can see where and how Kaesong City can work with other cities. The offer notes are already on board. Oh, I thought I was going to request support for Area 3, 8, and 9, and there they are. Someone already offered. Good. I think I can also offer support for Area 2 and 6. I'm not sure if anyone needs our help, but let me just put my offer on the board just in case.
Now the board is full of offers and requests written on sticky notes. Usually this is enough for you to move on to the final action plan stage. But if there is still an area in which the knowledge fair step fails to match a potential partner city, you can go through this additional problem tree step to analyze the issue and identify solutions. The previous knowledge fair step allowed participants to offer and request support in the given 10 areas. Area 10 fails to match partners. When all the participants are found to be at the same level or stage, making it difficult to offer or request any help, this is where you draw a problem tree. The issue at hand is the trunk. Remember the situation Dechen described? Let's think about what caused this issue. The reasons are the roots. Dechen described a lack of experts and professionals, which thereby prevents the city from conducting monitoring and evaluations on a regular basis. Fragmented planning and partnerships and a lack of integration were also cited as reasons for needing support in Area 10. As you can see, we now have a trunk and roots. It almost looks like a tree. Once we propose solutions to address the issue at hand, only then can we have a fully grown tree. Talk to your colleagues or experts to determine possible solutions and draw them as branches and leaves. What would our participants suggest for the issue of Area 10?
We can include midterm monitoring and external evaluation in the project cycle.
I think we can also make the implementation process open and public so that individuals, civic society, and organizations can contribute their thoughts on the project.
Additionally, we can commit to share our experience because once there is a commitment, we would try to make it more robust by managing regular monitoring and evaluation.
The final stage is called the action plan. So far, you have applied the Cityshare methodology to diagnose your city, identify potential partner cities, and discussed possible areas for cooperation. Now you have come to the last stage, which is the essence of the capacity building training. So stay focused. Once you have come to the knowledge fair or problem tree stage, you need to open the action plan template Word file, which you would have received individually. On the far left column, you can fill in the target areas you discussed with your group during the knowledge asset stage, or you can choose other areas you want to focus on. Then add the current level of what you gave that particular area in the self-assessment stage. Write the target level next to it, and the partner city you determined during the knowledge fair stage. Once you have done all this, you need to think about what you want to do in the short, medium, and long term. Perhaps you may also want to write down what resources you need and what outcomes you expect. It would also be meaningful to match your focus area with the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Lastly, for the column on the far right of the template, try to add personal commitments to achieve these objectives. Then your action plan will be complete. What makes this action plan especially effective is that after 3, 6, and 9 months, you can reopen the file and check whether there has been any progress. This instant monitoring is made possible by using this action plan. You have now seen how you can use the Cityshare methodology to work as a group, engage in discussions, and identify partner cities. When we come together and share our experiences, the result is a collective intelligence and knowledge base which can serve as a foundation for an individual action plan proposal. Well then, it's time for you to apply the Cityshare steps for yourself.